But has any of your stuff ever gotten stuck on a shelf like that?
I did the last thing I did for Penthouse Comics was a painted cover, the last traditionally painted cover I ever did, and it was Dr. Dare, who was their sort of their female Doc Savage character, sneaking her way through some, you know, Nazi fortress, and she just, you know, clowned some, you know, SS guard played by me, because it was a painting. I really sort of, you know, had models, I did this and that, and I remember the day when I made myself an SS uniform, and I'm walking around Gaijin Studios in a black trench coat. I made a little swastika armband, and the people that ran the Japanese daycare across the parking lot, they were like watching me walking around like Sergeant Schultz with my little.
So you finished the painting?
I finished the painting, handed it in, and Penthouse Comics went belly up, and it never saw print anywhere.
Did you get the original back?
Only about a year or two ago.
Oh my goodness.
Dave Elliott,
right.
The guy who was
the last
editor,
yeah.
He came up to my wife and I at San Diego 2 years ago and said, I've still got this. And he hands it over and we were like, oh. And I've got my first ever gallery show coming up in September in Paris.
Right.
And it's great if I can have some art to produce for it. I mean, the great thing about loathing your own artwork so much is that you want to get it away from you as fast as possible, so I sell all my artwork, and that helps actually, you know, build my studio and pay the mortgage and stuff.
But then is it years later, if something like that, which maybe I'm jumping to the other story, but I found that the stuff looks a lot better if you put it away, forget about it for many years, then it's not as...
I mean, it's an okay painting. It made me realize why I'm so glad that I've switched over to digital colors, because I could see, you know, you don't have to know how to play an instrument to tell that the violin section and the orchestra is out of tune. A layman can look at an artist's work and go, there's something about it, this doesn't quite click. And what didn't click with a lot of my paintings was I didn't know the technique, I was trying too hard. This painting of me being knocked unconscious by this sort of like gorgeous Doc Savage babe in front of a giant swastika, it's like, yeah, it's okay, you know. But the sad thing is because I got to go to do this gallery show, and that means I got to like shave and get a suit and probably learn some French, you know. But I turned to my wife and I said, "So are we going to take that Dr. Dare painting with us?" And she said, "Hell yeah, you know, it's like the last painting you ever did. We're going to get bucks for that, you know." And I said, "We're going to Paris. It's got a 2-foot swastika on it." You know, and my wife is Jewish, so she's like, "I don't care," you know. You know, she's just like, you know. I've got a piece drawn by Kevin hanging in our guest room. A couple years ago, a couple of my crazy buddies, the guys last night who were wearing the smoking jackets, commissioned Kevin to do a drawing for me as a surprise for my birthday. And they tried to get you to draw a Star Wars character because they know how much I love Star Wars, and you declined, saying you just, you know, really not that big into Star Wars. And I totally get that. I understand, you know, you want to draw something you like, and you said, well, what else does Adam like? And they said Adam's favorite superhero is Captain America. Right. So I had this amazing Kevin Nowlan drawing of Captain America beating the crap out of Hitler, you know, and we took it down to the frame store, and the people at the frame store don't know, it's just the guy showed up with a drawing of Hitler. You know, you'd be surprised at the number of people that don't actually make that mental arithmetic happen in their head. They just kind of go, Hitler drawing, you know, but you know, and I got to send you a picture of the frame job because I did it in all the, you know, because of your work, I'm allergic to primary colors in the worst way, and I love desaturated colors. I love neutralized colors, and I always break out in hives when I see somebody like do Captain America and his processed blue and this shade of red on his boots. And I go, look at an American flag. The blue on an American flag is so dark that at night it looks black.
Exactly.
The red on an American flag is, I think, very appropriately the color of dried blood, and the white is like a cream color. And I actually had it matted and framed in red, white, and blue, but it's those, what I call those sour Betsy Ross colors.
Oh, cool.
And it looks so great. Yeah. But, you know, it's like when we have guests come over, And it's like, if they sleep in the guest room, it's like they fall asleep to Hitler.
Hitler.
You know?
An unhappy Hitler.
An unhappy
He's not
Hitler.
smiling.
You know?
Yeah.